Ladies, gentlemen, let the show begin. Alright, do you like video games? And I know you do. What about entertainment? We got that too. Video game, I'm on a video game. Video game, oh no, what's the name? Video Game Armada. 46 days ago, I, ye old one true omnigator, decided to buy a Fortnite. And I've come to find that this game is pretty darn amazing, but it is not with all its flaws. So, for this week, it's going to be all Fortnite, baby, and I will be your tour guide. But, you know me, I like to celebrate the awesomeness qualities of every video game I ever play. But today, we're going to get the bad straight out of the gate, out of the way, so we can enjoy this week. And all I have to do is press the A button to see what we're working with here. Now, I don't know what happened. I don't know why I didn't hear anything in the news. Well, I didn't. Before I bought this game, I didn't look very hard. I did a little research, but not like, I wasn't like Sherlock Holmesing it all over the place. But what I discovered when I bought the game and then installed it and then started it up like I'm doing now is, drumroll please, bam, this thing. Welcome to Founders Closed Beta. Yeah, a closed beta on a game that I bought, $60. It's not cool. We're very excited to have you to build forts, blessing Husks, and exploring this mysterious world. We appreciate the faith you've shown in us by becoming one of our founders, and we continue to work hard to improve Fortnite. Remember, Fortnite is a welcome place to meet new people and make new friends. Please be kind to your fellow storm chasers and help travelers in need. Our community is a partnership in between you and a group of passionate followers. Want to hear what you have to say? Please leave your feedback using the feedback button in the options below. Purchase founders rewards we're giving after the loot tutorial. Look, I am fine with closed betas, open betas, and the like. Those are the kind of things in the gaming process to make a game better. But that's the term, in the process. You don't do this thing at the end of a game's process where it's ready to be shipped out to be purchased by people. You gotta work all these bugs out beforehand. And don't have your guys, your people, actually buy a game that's incomplete or still in closed beta. That's lame. I mean, I love this game and it's its saving grace, but come on, dude. What would happen if this game was horrible and full of bugs? That would be sad, and I would have to take it back immediately, like, if not sooner. But that is all I'm going to say about that. Especially out of Epic Games. Epic Games? Yup. Let me get this cartridge. Yeah. Epic Games. You know, I know it's hard out there, and it hasn't been the same for your company. But you gotta do better than this. In a world of, what do you call those, player exclusives? No, I'm not getting that right. I know that's something. I'm gonna have to look it up. But in a world where you buy a game that's incomplete, at least those things that you do buy, they're like a fraction of the cost, like $15 at max. I mean, I bought Streets of Rogue. That was $15 on Steam, and it was incomplete, and I was fine with it because I knew what I was getting. It says right there, this is not done, this is a pre-release game, or whatever. Buyer beware, I'm still working on it, but you can still get it super cheap. And when it's done, it's like yours to own, more or less. Gigantic! I played that too, and I didn't pay a crying dime for that. Free to play, fun, and it was like in development like process for a while until recently it came out. By the way, if you like fast-paced MOBA action, gigantic, go get it. But anyway, back to this game. Again, not cool buying $60 for an incomplete game. It's sort of like buying a hamburger with just a meat. No condiment, no bread. Maybe half a bread on one side. You know. Alright, I'm done. I swear. I'm not going to bring it up. I just wanted to look up Yeah, early access game. That's what that process is called, where you buy a game that's not done, but you only pay for a fraction. Early access. This isn't early access. This is a complete game. A game that's fun, but still, guys. Epic Games, I'm watching you. Don't do this again. I'm especially surprised this came back from Gearbox Publishing, which is probably not the same like arm of Gearbox that did Battleborn, which is an also awesome game that I love to play, and you guys should pick it up immediately because Overwatch is lame and rips off every other game in existence. Battleborn is not. Anywho, enough of my ranting. Let's get to what you wanted to see. Starting with the simple things of Fortnite. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world of Fortnite. And it's two folds in at least this section. In there you have a semi-sandbox reality to go ahead and wander and explore the scenery. And there's plenty to see. As you can, well, tell, this is definitely a lighthearted, more cartoony style of action tower defense. And this is, in fact, the ultimate tower defense game, let me tell you. You'll soon see. Now, for example, we can wander to this strange looking device. It looks dangerous, and it probably is. So let's whack it with my baseball bat. Bam! Alright, anomaly. Ooh, scary. Now, as you can see, the little slowdowns, that's where the closed beta crap comes in. And that's why I'm extremely annoyed some days when I play this game. Because instead of being polished and awesome, I gotta worry about slowdowns and crashes, which happens a lot. So if I crash, during this recording, I'm sorry, but it will also illustrate my point why this should not be right now for $60. Anywho, now, see this thing up here? I can't whack this thing. It's way high up there. So what am I gonna do? Well, this is a sneak preview of what's going to happen, but you can build your own structures to help you get through various obstacles this game will throw at you, and it will be a ton. More about this later. Bam! Come on. Get down here, Crystal. As you can see, I got like 2 more of these high-up crystals to bash for sweet, sweet loot. And I need to get higher up still. Come on. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Almost there. And just for safety's sakes, there we go. And now, come on. There you go. 1 more to go. And then we can get whatever this thing gives me as an award. Where the heck? Oh, there it is. So, this is just one of the many things you can do in the overworld sandbox semi-areas to get things like rewards and resources. Resources, very important. Guess what? You can't just build these things for nothing. You need material. And in this game, there's 3 very important materials. Wood, which you see me building here. Brick, which is much stronger than wood. And of course, the strongest of all, steel. Now, in my personal opinion, you will want to hold on to your steel until absolutely necessary to use, because they're strong, but they also take forever to build. Look how long this is taking. And again, spoiler alert here, I'm using a character that is extremely good at builds, fast builds, strong builds. Even with my at my level enhanced building ability, it takes a while. So just you gotta be strategic here. This might as well be the tagline for Fortnite. You must be strategic, because you're going to have to think a couple steps ahead to be successful. Let me tell you. Now, you see this glowing stuff? That's a reward for knocking the crap out of that anomaly. It's called Blue Go. You'll need this to activate structures powered and get the second part of this particular game mode underway. Most times. The stage I picked, you don't have to do it. You see that timer clock thing? That's telling me how much time I have before I stop screwing around and get to the second part of the objective. But we still got time. 13 minutes, no problem. Now, you just saw me collect that stuff. And like I said, collect resources. But how do you get resources? Well, in addition to doing what I just did with various things on the map, you could also do it manually, which is what you're going to be doing through the game until you see a structure to screw around with. So, say, hey, you know what? My steel's looking low. Not really, but it looking. Hey, look, a jalopy. No one's driving it, and no one's here. So you know what I'm gonna do, right? That's right. I got this pickaxe in my hand for no reason. Yeah, give me all that precious steel, and bam, you have instant steel plus a few extra bits. That is also going to be very important in your construction. Your wood's looking a little low, and you know what? Trees. They're everywhere. It's like they're growing trees or something. So let's just help ourselves with that. Bam, you got wood and planks, which I've come to find out very important for the second type of thing I like to do in this game. And of course, you need bricks. And holy crap over there. That's a brick building, isn't it? Let's just help ourselves. Yes. In this game, you can demolish buildings. Not all buildings, but most buildings. In truth, I've never seen a building I couldn't just literally run through with my pickaxe. Now, be very careful when you're deciding to do your demo work on buildings, because buildings got treasures in various things that you wouldn't think. Like books and toilets. They don't have anything in it today, so I'm just going to bust that down for brick and nuts and bolts. Now, here's another tip. Brick buildings are great, but that's sort of like used material already, so you're not going to get like a ton from most buildings. But rocks, that's chock full of building material. Bam, look at that. I almost just got more brick from that small stone that I get from that entire wall of brick building. So you know what? If you see any stones, just help yourself. Just break it down. Now, you could bust these flowers, like I'm doing right now, but they'll just they'll just missed out. They will just get poofed, and you get nothing. Shrubbery, that's different. It's weird. You have to experiment with this game. But where it says search, you better search, because look what you get. You get bullets, or nuts and bolts, or other good crap that you're going to need to do stuff. Oh. Did I mention that there's also sub-objectives while you're screwing around on the overworld? Yes, there is. For me, the main thing I have to do is fortify the search landing site, which I have to do in the next 10 minutes, or bad stuff's going to happen. And they also said, now you can build stuff, and I'll show you that part in a minute, but don't overbuild or you're not going to get this bonus, so keep that in mind. In every stage you'll do, they're going to throw out little sub-objectives that if you accomplish, helps your overall score. So that's amazing. Now, remember, search. Certain plants you just search. Like that weird looking rutabaga and bullets. That may not seem like much, but that stuff is very important. Oh, hey, there's a guy. He probably needs help. He's all barricaded, and that's nice and all, but he's in my way, so... Oh, darn it. I broke that thing. I should have searched it. See what I mean? Gotta be careful.
Keep up the good work.
Alright, see? There's plenty of things to do on the overworld here while you're searching for resources, helping people, doing like little hide-and-seek challenges, bash enemies in the face with your various weapons and the like. I can't pick this steel up because I'm full on steel, but I need more brick. So I am going to, and I need some more wood. Now, just for reminding, just because you don't need a certain resources, doesn't mean there's a resource you don't need a resource from a resource. Like, I'm pretty full on wood right now, but I need plank, because again, I'll show you when we get there. So, the best way to get plank, bust some trees. So even if you're full on wood, you still need plank. So, always keep a handy dandy eye on what you really need. Because if I don't have enough plank, I can't accomplish my goals in the next part of the game. Nuts and bolts, also important. They're in a lot of things. A lot of things made of metal, like cars and fire hydrants. So help yourself. And planks, nuts and bolts are like one of the basics. There's plenty of things you need, like that twine. See, I'm pretty full on blue gold. I don't really need to pick that up. But let me show you something else. Uh-oh. See how everything looked evil now, and it's getting dark, which means the creeps are coming out at night. So you gotta be ready for that. This is the perfect time for you to get ambushed. And these jerks will ambush you if you're not careful. So always keep your weapons handy. Which, again, I'll explain in another video. Now, remember what I said about blue glow being important? Blue glow, excuse me, being important for starting up mission crap? Well, you also needed to do buffs like this. Again, when this is active, you go to town. You do it just because there's no reason not to. But keep in mind how much blue glow you actually need, and you could spare. Some of that stuff you need for missions. And other times, these won't even be active because guess what? You can't activate them if you're not the right class, which I'll, again, explain in a video. Alright, so it's getting pretty late. See? Look at this. Dark and scary stuff. So I'm going to need to get to my objective soon. But I still need just a little bit more stone. See, I'm in a suburby area, so you know what that means, right? Not a lot of nature, which includes not a lot of stone. But hey, there's like stones everywhere, so gotta keep my eyes open. I could hit some brick buildings, but I want to get that pure stuff. So we're going to keep going in a certain direction until I find some. And sure enough, here we are. Now, when you see stuff like this, that means someone did a special event that you weren't necessarily a part of it, but you still get rewards. Now, the trick is, when you're not part of an event on the overworld, your reward is crap. Look at that. Well, not a single brick, but not enough as it would have been if you did reward. Like, I got those 3 blue glows from doing that little hide and seek with that floating mysterious purple rock. Since I did that, my reward is greater than anyone else's. And that's how that works. Ooh, a note. What's in the note? Just wood. Oh well. But it's the game's way of saying, I know you guys are busy doing your thing, and if you weren't here to help this one guy out, that's fine. But, you know, if you want better stuff, be a team player and all that. Ooh, perfect. See, look at this. See all this beautiful stone? That's beautiful. Now, caves are great. They're not quite in these kind of areas. They're more in nature areas. But you see a cave full of stones, you go and mine it out, because I promise you, you're going to find some great stuff you're going to need for the future. I'm running out of time. So, I'm going to get this last stone because I'm greedy, and then I'm going to peace out. Alright. Now, let's get to our objective before time runs out. Because when time runs out, that's when stuff gets real jumpy here. Or when you activate whatever with your blue glow, that's when, again, things get really jumpy around here. Alright, just a few more stones. Yeah, this game is for the hoarder inside us all, like myself. In my real life, I like to keep things nice and ordered, nice and clean. Sometimes I have my off day, but who doesn't? But in games, I love to hoard materials because you never know when you need them. And in this game, they celebrate that sort of stuff. Oh, see these ugly things? These are the things you're going to be fighting the most of the time. They may not seem that intimidating right now, but don't get swarmed. It's the zombie rule, all right? And right now, these are just simple chumps, just wandering because it's darks. And remember, the freaks come out at night. So again, remember what I said about having a handy weapon? You're going to need it at nighttime, especially. Now, where the heck? Am I going the right way? Yes. Keep going. Keep going. Here we go. 5 minutes. I bet a whole bunch. So yeah, again, I'll explain a little bit more in the next game, but there is a wide variety of weapons for almost every type of player. And unlike most other games, the weapon variety really does have a difference to them, which is amazing. Alright, now, see this? That's the thing we got to defend. It's on a slow descent. So we got about 4 minutes and 30 seconds to build proper defenses. Because once it touchdowns and we activate it, all that freaks I just murdered, you know, I just passively, you know, took out for humanitarian purposes, they're going to come and try to destroy this thing. Why? We don't know, but we got to defend it. See this guy? He's getting started. I'm going to help because I am a trooper like that. For me, personal pro tip over here, build with brick when you're on these overworld missions because it's cheap enough to find because rocks, but it's also strong enough to handle most jobber-style enemies. And, like I said, you can send your steel for your own personal projects. And again, I keep saying that as as my go-to whatever. But I'm going to keep saying it. I will explain that in another video. Now, the cool thing is about build, you can practically build anything, and you could restructure your current things into other things. Like, look, this is a little nub wall that I could put as a perimeter, because these things are stupid. They kind of can't jump. All right, some can fly, but not in this stage of the game. So there you go, reinforced for safety. Now we'll just leave that there for now. Now, if the monsters are trying to eat this thing right here, they're gonna have a tough time because brick's in the way. They'll try to smash it, and it'll be up to us to say no and give them a good whack, or a good headshots for good measure. Is there any more to this game? Yes. Oh my goodness, yes. But again, this is just to give you guys a small taste of what you can expect. Oh, by the way, if there's a wall in the way and you say, I don't want this wall in the way, make a door. And you can do that by just doing what I just did. You can edit your bricks around. You said, hey, I want to create a cool sniper nest window. Edit it out like this, make a hole, bam, look at that. This game is cool in that way. You can create your own forts and customize them to your liking. Hence the name Fortnite. Because you could build forts. And there's also, it could be night. Look at this creepy thing. That's creepy. This game is lighthearted, but it can still creep you out in, in overwhelming situations. So, 2 more minutes. So what else can I show you real fast before we get down with our bad selves? Well, let me fix this because I don't need a sniper hole for this one. At least not this time. Instead, walls are great. And being on point is also great. But you know what's even better than creating super strong walls? Traps. Traps are amazing, yes. And so happened, I have a lot of traps at my disposal. But before I put those down, I need to find out something. So, remember the timer? Timer's great and all, but in this particular thing, I'm all pretty much ready to go. So what I'm going to do is help this along.
The balloon has landed.
There we go.
Defend that data.
I'm sure people are going to be mad at me for that, but guess what? I'm on the video. I'm on the clock here. Now again, never mind this stuff right now. I will explain more later. But what I'm going to do is put my traps here to see what I'm talking about. My favorites are the darts, because guess what? It shoots from a long range. See all those darts? And my friend here to help me, and that's good and all. But he doesn't really need to.
File successfully retrieved.
All right. Now, one more thing about being again, spoiler alert. There is. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's smart. He's not smart at all. He destroyed a wall. Whatever shall I do? I mean, he's ruining my day. Bam. Make another wall. And look, this one is kind of broken. Repair it. That's why it's always important to have over material, because in a fight, right now it's easy because this is lower level. But in a real fight, you always gotta make sure you have enough resources to repair, because stuff will get broke. It's never gonna be this easy. Always. Trust me. Whew. I'm in the second stages where things are getting really, really tough, and I love every minute of it. So you can pick off these guys from a distance using sniper-like weaponry, or you could be up close and personal. It could be just like Batman. Oh wait, copyright infringement. I'm not Batman anymore. Ooh, that was close. Or you could pick one of these things up. They're, disposable, but they're very festive. And they hurt these zombie-like things, which they're called Husks. So, as you can see, my teammates got everything nice and covered. They're assisting in defending the object, because guess what? If it breaks, game over. What's that? That sort of thing. You can literally play as you like. See, there are 4 classes. I can explain it now. I was going to wait until later. But since we're doing so good and these guys really don't have a chance, I might as well spill into more info for you guys so you can start planning your your game type right away, despite this being a closed beta that you paid $60+ for. I still recommend this game. It only is annoying 25% of the time. It's still pretty good. But anyway, there's 4 types of classes. There is the soldier, which good with guns. There is the constructor. I am right now, as you can see. He's good at building things really quickly, in fact. And he's funny because let's ride that pony.
I am expressing myself
Yeah.
through dance.
Another file.
He's a laugh riot. But ooh, take that.
Look out.
And he's also good for another thing. Well, I'll show later. There's ninjas, which are exactly as they sound. They like this lady right here. Look at her go. With a knife, blade, throwing stars, they take care of business. Hey lady, you hot. You hot. Not the ninja. The ninja's hot too, but I was talking about the flame storm. But yeah, they can use guns too, the ninja, but they're really good at just cutting people down. And of course, there is the Outlander, which are resource experts. They can literally get double the resource any other class could get. Which is weird, because you would think, I don't know, the constructor should have something like that. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a constructor fanboy. Maybe a little, but my point still stands. Instructors need more resources. They can make the most out of it. But hey, I can understand why they need 4 classes. Just for variance, you know. You know, the Outlanders, they got some pretty good skills too. You know, if I wasn't in love with the constructor, I would probably go Outlander. But I'm in love with the constructor because in addition to building things quickly and repairing things even quicker, like this, they have a special skill known as base, which, oh, hold up, before I get too ahead of myself. Pro tip, always make your floors out of wood. Cheap, quick, and you can get things done. And, you know, funny enough, nothing really breaks the floor. It's usually going to be the wall force. That's not to say not keep an eye on your floors, because if your floors go, you're kind of screwed. You know what? I'm going to just build this safety wall just for safety. There you go. Come on, get in there.
Data's looking good.
But like I said before, one of the cool things about a constructor, they could do this. Bam! And look at that. Now your whole entire fort is now energy infused, which makes it extremely hard to just be destroyed by the monsters, which are called Husks. I don't know if I mentioned this, but that's what they're called. They're called not zombies, but Husks, which are like energy zombies, I guess. So, even though my team is doing extremely well, look at that airstrike. If they weren't doing so hot and, you know, monsters were coming down on us like crazy evil beasties, which they will in later levels, just you wait. Thanks to my base function, this thing is extremely tough to break now. And as you upgrade your characters for better abilities, you can pimp out the ones you already have. Like my base, for example, now if any enemy gets anything that's charged by my constructed built parts, they'll get zapped like a bug zapper, which is also very nice. Now, see this fence right here? Since I didn't build it, it's not affected. But that's easy enough to do, or fix or whatever. Break it down, build something of mine. Let's get back to brick because again, it's cheaper. You know, this game's almost over. I might as well make it wood. And bam! It gets in the love of base. Isn't that wonderful? Now, the base does not affect everything I build. There is a range and limit, but there, as you can see, the range is still pretty good because all this stuff is affected, and it's all around the objective. So, this thing right here, we only have 1 minute to go. It's as safe as houses. It ain't going nowhere. And we're within the build limit, which is good because I get more bonuses that way. So I don't have to worry about my base. I might as well go and help the friends over here throw down. And I'm gonna do this by being festive. Happy birthday! Happy bloating! Happy Fortnite!
Data's
Happy
looking
good night! I mean, I love these things, but again, with resource, there comes resource management. Blah. What resources comes resource. Blah. Can't talk today. What comes resources comes resource management. And cool stuff like this only takes up space. So when you got it, flaunt it until it's gone. So you have more space for the rest of your stuff. These things are extremely powerful and they're good for clearing out areas. Victory! Ha-ha! Yes.
perfection. You collected all of the files.
That's Ray.
Amazing.
That's your talking head. Since
Praiseworthy
you, as your character, does not talk, and I'm not talking about this guy, oddly enough,
Data you collected will help
she
us
does all the
locate
talking
survivors
for you.
and weak points in the story.
and she's humorous enough to, get away with it. So that's good. So, like I said, victory! Yes. 3 builders and 1 ninja. That's, I wouldn't say overpowered, but that's still something else, Anywho, that's pretty much going to be your experience in Fortnite as a whole, at least in the overworld part. There's another part, but I'll save that for last. And I hope that by watching this, you will get excited, because there's one more thing to show. You see the game breaks down all what you did. For me, I only did the barest minimum because A, this is a smally stage, and I didn't really have to do much of anything. I beat it like 100 times and just did it for tutorial purposes. But 2, this shows you how to level. Do well enough, you get points. Since I'm already pretty buff in the old level category, going back to this rookie stage isn't going to do much for me. And of course, what is a video game without sweet, sweet loot? So, the better whenever you do good, that's good. But when your team does good and you do good, the better your treasure chest, the better your treasure chest is going to be. So, do well. Be a team player, people. And that's pretty much it. I will explain more about treasure chests and the like later on in another video. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this, because I am enjoying this game despite being in a closed beta that's kind of flaky at times. But otherwise, it's just fun, and I recommend to play. Or if you're leery about being in the whole closed beta deal, I give it a couple of months. You might miss out on some good stuff, but hey, opportunity cost. And it's the one from the Gamer Boss Bronze telling you to stay tuned for the next Fortnite Let's Play a Little video. Until next time, though, take care.